Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title in today's video, we're here to talk about how tall is too tall for a big man on NBA 2K20, specifically for the 3v3 court. As y'all know in 2s, you could run a 7-3, post score, whatever it may be, and that's the nature of 2v2. It's make it, take it. The taller you are, the more efficient of a 2-point shot you're going to get, and with make it, take it, you just constantly keep on getting the ball. Now on 3v3, it's not make it, take it, and it's a lot bigger of a court, more spacing, more fast break, more spacing in the pick and roll game, and it can be tough for these guys to keep up. So as you can see, we're going over 3 different heights and variants of bigs in this game. The first one you can see we're going against like a true inside post scoring big 7'3", gigantic, and I have my 6'9" finisher. So this is slash defense pie chart, very quick, 85 speed, good finishing ability, good defense as well on the backside, and you're gonna see what this build provides, and good rebounding too. So anyway, if y'all enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff, and we're gonna get straight through this. Like I said, we got 2 different gameplays. I'm showing gameplay number 1 right here, where like I said, it's a true post scoring big, and like I said in the title, how tall is too tall for these bigs? We're gonna talk about it, and we'll get straight into that. So as you can see right here, we're blazing in the fast break. That's one aspect of 3v3 that I'm be talking about, where this big man just lacks the speed to catch up with me in the fast break game. And defense and fast break can literally win you games on 2K20. I'm not going to sit here and say specifically the stage, even though that was sort of the case in this game right here. But we would have been able to win even without fast break, let's be real. But again, I want to say, you can definitely win games with defense and fast break on 2K20. It's mostly for the park though, where you're going to see bigs like this occasionally with the, you know, the 7 foot plus post scorer type bigs, where, you know, they kind of come in there. The inside big is really not exactly a meta thing in this game. However, I will say the way that I run it and, you know, the quality of point guard that I play with is big time. Now we'll get to the whole inside versus outside later in this vid, where you see we play against a rim sharp. And like I said, the whole topic of this video is how tall is too tall. I would say for stage specifically, you could go with anything. Now if we're talking stage, honestly, it's kind of funny because too short sometimes is good, because if you guys didn't know this, and this has been a big topic of me and my like friends on the game and just, you know, other creators, is Toxic's like 3v3 tournament, right? Or the 2K League park tournament, whatever you want to talk about. Both of them, they have height restrictions where you can't run a big man. Like the person at the 3 has to be taller, like at least 6'10" or taller. And obviously there's a reason for that. And like I said, if you want to talk about like what you should run in like regular 3v3 setting, I would just put it like this. There's a reason they don't want to see a build like mine at the 3, where I'm 6'9", good mobile defender, and, you know, able to switch on to point guards, because that's just not how they like to see their game played. They don't want to see tournaments played like that, because the 2 locks with like, you know, good mobile backside defender stuff is so tough for people to deal with. Now, if we're being real, like I said, for stage, I would even say you get away with being 6'7". I think you could be 6'8" easy at the big man spot and get away with it, because like I said, you're not going to run into too many bigs like this where we're playing against in this game, where, you know, they're just dominating in the paint and stuff like that. And I don't think the rebounding rate even matters all that much for that matter. As you can see, I mean, he's not getting me on boards or anything. Boom, fast break is just, you know, on point in this game. And like I said, defense and fast break can just win you games. Now, if we're talking park, this is where the debate kind of, you know, gets a little bit more complicated, because this is where you'll run into these post scoring bigs, right? And you see he does get the rebound on me right there, unfortunately. But you run into these big men, like I'm talking bigs, like this guy right here, where maybe if you come in with like a 6'6" or 6'7" at the 3, you're gonna get dominated. But here's the thing, it all depends on how good your point guard is. That's how I truly feel. If your point guard can constantly get up 3-pointers and demand 2 people to defend him in the pick and roll game and constantly have to play sides against him, that's when it doesn't even matter how good a post scorer is, because at that point I'm getting wide open dunks and the post scorer has to fight for, you know, contested 2s. And like I said, that's the beauty of 3v3 is, you know, all the toxic no skill stuff, it kind of gets thrown out the window if you ask me, because you know, just the scoreboard and the rate of make it take it and like not having make it take it on the 3v3, it really makes things, you know, kind of correct themselves rather than to have to put stupid restrictions on things. But again, I really do want to talk to y'all about that whole like lineup restriction that, you know, the 2K League and Toxic have for their tournament. It's actually really interesting how, you know, they really do think like meta and really annoying lineup would be what we brought right here, where Nut is on his 6'8" play defender and then I'm on my 6'9" slash defender, and it's tough. I mean, you can't do anything with the pick and roll game. With an inside, I'm going to be playing hedge all game, and I'm just faster than the pick and roller. I'm going to be able to recover, you know, help out, recover, get back to the paint. And it's been a minute since I played some big bigs that can't shoot either. It was all the way back to the beginning of the year. And these 7-3s, they died out really quickly, where they just don't have the speed in the pick and roll game. whether it be offense or defense, and they don't really provide anything, rebounding wise. I just don't think 7-3s really bring too much to the table. So anyway, to get into the next gameplay here, this, like I said, we're playing against a Rimsharp, and he is 6'11", 7 foot, one of the two. And again, I'm gonna show you all in this game right here why I think that's just a little bit too tall. Now, specifically, like I said, this is for stage and 3v3. For Park, I understand, there's not crazy good point guards like AK or shots as his gamer tag shows in this game. I can't believe I introed a game where I am playing with AK and I didn't talk about how, like, shots right here, I call him AK. Honestly, it's kind of cool because, these conversation videos, they have like really good topics that I want to talk about, and we're not talking about the game too much, but anyway, like I said, we're playing with Nut on his facilitating finisher, brand new playmaking defender build, and I can't wait to see him like maxed out on this thing. So as you can see, they got the playmaking shot creator, perimeter lock, and then glass lock, like I said, Rimsharp. Somebody in the comments let me know, is that Gengar on his shirt? I'm a little like, not seasoned in the Pokemon game anymore, but let me know if that's Gengar. I feel like that is, but I just wasn't sure when I was reviewing this game. But anyway, to get into this, like I said, they have a Rimsharp, and this is honestly like meta stage lineup, you know what I mean? It's outside big, outside point guard with a lockdown of the two. You guys get the deal. But this is what I want to talk about. So, honestly, there's a lot of miscommunications in this game. If we could change anything, I wish me and Nut were playing sides on defense. For my liking, when we're playing against a Rimsharp, I like to play sides. Now, figuratively, I'm going to draw you guys a comparison where, since I have a 6'9" build, right, and my perimeter defense is pretty good, my speed is really good, like 85 speed and stuff like that. I want to prevent shots like that from going up by just playing sides defense. Now, when you bring in a Rimsharp or something like that, that's when the finishing is a little bit worse than my build. We're getting into a game of just slip, 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 where everybody's taking twos because you're playing sides, and I would like to test them on that. Now, another reason I want to play sides on this too is, this pick and popper gets open quite often because I think to drop down on the drive, I'd be more prepared for that type of stuff too. For my liking, I just want to let y'all know, I really do like to play sides against Rimsharps. That's all I want to say. But anyway, to get into the topic of this, you'll see on our offensive end, we run, a decent amount of fast break right there. You see Nut was able to actually get a secondary fast break. And hey, man, that's just to even talk about speed even more. But again, you see, I would like to play sides defense in this situation. We both just miscommunicate and unfortunately give up a wide open three, but he misses it, fortunately. But anyway, you're going to see speed, speed, speed. We're talking about speed in this, all right? So in this pick and roll game, you're going to see this dude on the backside. He just doesn't have what it takes to keep up with AK and me in the pick and roll. AK provides so much offensively in this pick and roll game, and I love him for it, man. Like, it really is such a massive improvement from any other point guard you could play with. And I gotta say, the 6'1", 6'2", I've said what I want to about it, how it doesn't fit on the 2v2 at all, and you could just get beat by anybody because of it. But again, look at that. I mean, the backside defense just does not have the speed, vert, perimeter defense, whatever you want to call it, all three of the things, to be able to compete with it, to be real with you. And you see, I'm on the backside. This is why I like to play sides right here, because Nut can hang with the bigs, right, and I can hang with the guards easy. And this is why I want to talk about my height at 6'9", where I provide really good perimeter defense ability still, so we can play sides on everything, we can switch everything. I'm not worried about getting ISO'd by a PG right here, even though low-key he does get a solid shot off, I suppose. 33% contest, you guys get the deal though. I mean, my perimeter defense is almost 79, whereas, Rimsharps are probably going to be around 60 to like 58, especially depending on, their weight and stuff like that. But anyway, y'all get the deal. Look at AK, beautiful move right there. I mean, bro, I'm just telling y'all, the smaller you are on this stage 3v3 stuff, the better. Now let's finalize this video and talk about Park, because I know not all of you who are watching this video, play stage or anything like that. So let's just talk about Park for this matter. I will say, like I said, it all depends on the skill of your point guard. I understand a lot of y'all don't have point guards to play with like AK right here. You can see these dudes gave up at this point, but I understand a lot of y'all don't have point guards to play with like AK right here, where, any shot that they take is probably going to be green, and they can get themselves open so well off your screens and stuff like that too. Now, let's talk about with the casuals. Let's say you don't have a great point guard. That's where it may be a little bit more tough, because the only reason that these bigs don't stand any chance against me on this 3v3 court is, like I said, my point guard. Now, if they were to post me up, I would say just post up just in general isn't the most efficient shot on 3v3 anyway. I definitely think pick and roll rules this game, and I don't even think ISO rules the game as far as like, just any point guard. I just feel like, for that matter, pick and roll game is by far the best thing you could do. But again, to give y'all some advice on this Park stuff, I would say don't go 6'5" or anything like that at the big man spot, because in park you are going to run into more bigs like this. Now, I would put it like this: you can definitely get away with 6'9". If I had pogo stick on, I would be able to just give this dude problems easy. Like, he wouldn't be able to do anything down low, you know, in the game before, or any post score. I'm not worried about a single post score on the 3v3 court if I have pogo stick, because it's an inefficient 3v3 shot. It's not a 3-pointer. And, you know, at the end of the day, if I have a decent point guard, I'm getting wide open on rolls, slips, whatever it may be, because they have to respect AK's 3-point ability so much. So anyway, to finalize the thoughts of this video, what really is too tall for a big man on NBA 2K20? In stage, I'm going to go ahead and say 6'10" is my max for my liking. And then for park, I would say probably, like, you know, I would say 7 foot. Or if you go with the 7'3", just know, like, you're going to run into a lot of problems. You're going to get toasted in that pick and roll game if you play against anybody decent. But, you know, if you want to go with the protect this house mentality where he's going to be protecting the rim, all I'm going to say is when you make big bigs like that and, you know, make a true big, like, rim protector, you run into problems where you don't exactly, you know, you really hate stuff going on when they have like a stretch big or something like that. You're stuck on the perimeter while your guard gets dominating the paint, and then you're caught helping in all the time and stuff like that too. I'm just telling y'all, to be a mobile, good perimeter defender as well as a solid interior defender, like, matter of fact, here, I'll make a cut real quick and I'm gonna show y'all my build. Alright, y'all, so this is basically what I'm trying to say here. So I'm at 98 overall. I'm normally at 99 or 99.9. So just keep in mind, everything's usually one tick higher, but you get the deal. 90 interior defense, 93 block, 90 O board, 91 D board. You get the deal. It's usually around that situation, and this is where those are plenty good situations with 85 strength, 86 vert, 85 speed. It's a beautiful build, and for park, I think this is one thing that y'all would love to use. And again, the only thing you need to hang with bigs like that is literally pogo stick. Now, this is what I was running on the stage, just because, like I said, you don't really run into situations like that where you need pogo stick, where it's going to be a post score. And for that matter, if I run into a post score, I feel like we're just going to win every single time. So I don't even need to worry about it, because like I said, contested twos are not a good shot on that 3v3 stuff. If you have a solid point guard who can keep you, you know, a good pace in the game as far as putting 3-pointers up and stuff like that. But y'all get the deal. Anyway, just, you know, to finalize my thoughts, to be able to play sides defense and just have a good backside perimeter defender is very key, as well as, like I said, to have the speed in the pick and roll game on offense as well is big time. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the vid. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. Like I said, one last time, I'm going to finalize my thoughts on this. So again, I would say the shortest you should go for 3v3 in stage is probably 6'5", no lower than that, maybe even 6'6", but for my liking, I mean, your defense can still be really good at 6'5". It's kind of crazy. And again, you're never really going to lose to a post score on threes if your point guard is decent. So just keep all that in mind. The tallest I would go is 7 foot, maybe 6'11". For my liking, I would say 6'10" is probably the max. But again, these 3v3 park tournaments and stuff like that, they don't even let people in that are shorter than 6'10" at the big man spot anyway. For the park, I would say the shortest I would possibly go is probably 6'6" or 6'7". Like I said, you're going to be running into a lot more post scores, and from my understanding, your point guard's probably not going to be all that good at getting 3-pointers up and be really efficient with it. So again, you're going to want to be able to hang with post scores, because they could win a game just off, you know, post scoring and stuff like that too, and how you can't really compete. And if your team can't get 3-pointers up and, you know, doesn't get you wide open on dunks, then it's going to be still tough to, you know, compete with that. But the tallest I would go on 3v3 is probably 7 foot. I would say even at that, if you run into anybody who's decent with the pick and roll game and you're 7'3", you're going to be having some problems. And for my liking too, like I said, if you go 7'3" and you have 99 block, 99 rebounding and all that stuff, and then 99 interior D, but your perimeter is so low, your lateral quickness is so low, and your speed is horrible, you're going to get blazed on fast breaks. You know, when the other team comes out in ISO, you're not going to feel like you can even guard the point guard, so you're stuck in the corner, and then when you try to help down, boom, they're just, you know, kicking out to the corner and shooting threes. It's really how the NBA works in the first place too. That's why, you know, these big rim protectors, you know, if Rudy Gobert were to play against a 5-out team, he's going to be stuck in the corner, bro. Like, and, you know, then when he drops down to help, if they have a good shooting big, like say a Porzingis or Towns or something like that, then boom, they just got wide open threes because Rudy wants to, you know, fiend for some blocks like these 2K guys would. But anyway, y'all get the deal. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. If you made it to the end of the video, put bulls in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through. But anyway, other than that, if we can try to get to 500 likes in the first 24 hours, I really appreciate that. I didn't mention that at the beginning of the video, so I don't really expect it to happen, but anyway. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.